You tuning in, you tuning in, you tuning in to that Deetv. You tuning in.
What up, world? Thank you for tuning into this edition of Deetv. I'm your host, Derek Anderson. Now, today, our topic that we are going to discuss is when you want to give up. Everybody deals with this, man. It doesn't matter what you're going through, man, on your job, at a home, personal goals that you might have set for yourself. Everybody hits a point where they want to give up. And I want to encourage you guys in this area because it is something that can make or it can break you. If you go along with the feeling of wanting to give up, that's pretty much probably what you will end up doing. But if you have something inside your mind that can continue to tell you to press forward and continue to, strive after whatever it is that you've set your mind to, your goal that you have set for yourself, it will work out. You will continue to strive forward and you will see progress happen. So the first thing I want you guys to understand is failure is something that is going to happen. And I think sometimes we look at failure the wrong way. Sometimes we look at failure like, okay, well, this didn't work out, so there's no hope. Yes, there still is hope for you. I want you guys to understand that if you fail at something, do not give up. Continue to say, hey, man, I'm gonna revisit this thing so I can figure out where I went wrong. I'm gonna revisit this thing so I can understand how do I need to approach this thing the next time. So key point number one, I want you guys to learn, man. Ask yourself, what can I learn from what it is that I just went through? There's a lesson in everything that we go through. So, and there's a way for you to learn something from your failure. I mean, that's the whole point of it is it did not work. So what did you take from it? You really have to just dissect that thing and make sure you understand where did I go wrong and how can I get better from what it is that I just experienced. Yes, it did not work out that particular time, but that does not mean that you just stop and you give up on your goal or on your dream, because the ones that continue to strive forward are the ones that will see success. Those are the ones that will see their dreams become a reality. So I want to make sure you guys understand that, man. Ask yourself the question, what can I learn from what it is that I just went through, man? It doesn't matter if it's in the gym and you say, hey, man, I got up under the squat rack and I was trying to hit 300, whatever the case is, and I wasn't able to get back up. Okay, what did you learn? Well, maybe you need to go back and start, a little bit smaller and work your goals up until your strength gets up to where it's at. Well, maybe you're in the gym and you're working on that crossover or whatever the case is, and it's just not coming. That doesn't mean quit and give up. That means that you just have to continue to take steps, continue to, work on that thing until you get that crossover right. Because in the end, when you get in that game, you will see progress. You will start seeing yourself able to do things and they will start flowing. They will start coming naturally. So that's the thing. You have to make sure you're learning, from whatever it is that you just experienced. Ask yourself, man, what can I take from this lesson? The second thing I want you guys to ask yourself is, how can what I just experienced make me stronger? It can make you stronger in ways of you understanding, and now you have something inside of your mind to, make sure that you understand how to not approach something, or how to make changes from what it is that you just did. I mean, information changes situations. So if you understand that you just went through something and you grab the information out of what you just experienced, you've already become stronger. If you go into the gym, same scenario. If you go into the gym and you're working on your crossover or you're working on that jump shot or whatever it is that you feel like is a weakness at that point in time, you are becoming stronger because you're making progress to work on the thing. And eventually you will get into that game scenario and you will see yourself being able to progress or being able to do those things that you've been working on. So you're becoming stronger. You just have to keep a hold of this thing in your mind and saying, I'm not going to give up. Just make sure you keep that in your mind, and I'm telling you, you will progress tremendously. So never give up on what it is that you want to do. Key number two, I want you guys to revisit your motivation. Now, what do I mean when I say that? I mean, go back and look at what it is that you're doing and why you even started what you're doing. Everybody is motivated at some point in time to start doing something or, start going down a certain path. And now, along the line, sometimes we lose focus on why we started or what it is that we're trying to accomplish. So sometimes you have to stop in the middle of what you're doing, in the middle of all the madness and the chaos and everything that you've been doing. Sometimes you have to stop and go back and say, well, why did I start this? What motivated me to start it? And revisit that thing. Go back to square one and start, dissecting these things again. That way you can make sure that you are not losing focus on your vision of what it is that you are setting out to do, as well as making sure that you understand the direction that you're supposed to be going in. So make sure you go back and ask yourself, why did I start what I'm doing? Why am I trying to do this? And what is it that I want to accomplish out of this whole thing? So revisit your motivation. Key number 3 is, man, it's so vital to what it is that you're doing right now. You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan, man. You have to ask yourself, what is it that I'm doing right now and what is working? You have to start dissecting these things. What is working? What is it that I'm doing that I need to continue to do? What is it that I need to stop doing, along the lines of me trying to reach my goal or the success that I want to see? So now you have to go back and make sure that your plan is a good one. You have to make sure that you are dissecting this thing all the way down to make sure that you understand what is it that you need to be doing, what is it that you don't need to be doing, who is it that's around you that you might need to, let go of. Sometimes, there's going to be people around you that's not helping you get closer to your goals. So sometimes you're going to have to let go of some friends. Sometimes you're going to have to let go of some people that may be just nagging and constantly filling your head with negativity. So some of these things are going to be part of the planning process, some of the dissecting the plan process. So just make sure that you guys have a plan. Make sure you're doing the things that you need to do in order to get closer to your plan. So I'm your boy, Derek Anderson. Thank you for taking the time out to listen to this. I hope you've been encouraged by it. So I just want to make sure that you guys understand how to approach the feeling of wanting to give up, because we all go through it. And I want to make sure that you do not give up on your plans, because you may be right at the very point of succeeding. And if you quit now, you will never see the success or maybe see that goal that you're trying to reach become a reality. So make sure that you do not give up. And make sure that you just keep pushing forward, man. This thing it's going to break through at a particular time, and you just have to be diligent, make sure that you see this thing out. So I'm your boy, Derek Anderson. Until the next time, peace.
You tuning in, you tuning in, you tuning in.